Okay, so once that you finish with the two sleeves, we got to attach them. We got them to put them together. So you first to check your right side of the sweater, and then you put them like this. You take one needle, one yarn needle, you put some yarn in it, the same yarn that you were knitting, of course. You go to the end, to the point of the armhole of the sleeves, and you take the whole stitch, as you can see, the whole one, and then you attach it to the other stitch, the other whole stitch. Very good. And you're going to keep doing that. Pay attention what is the whole one. You see this loop, you take the whole stitch, this one. Sorry, I was eating mango and I have leftover in my hand. You take the other stitch and then you attach them. And that's how you're going to keep putting together the sleeves. So stitch of a stitch. And there you go. And you keep doing them until you finish, and it's going to finish. It's going to look like this. Here I already put together the whole sleeve, and look, our sweater is taking shape now. And now we gotta do is to attach the sleeves with the back of our shoulder, with the back of our sweater, sorry. So you put the right back of your sweater, and then the reverse looking at you, and then the right side of the sweater looking at you, and you are going to start at put them together the same way that we put together our sleeves. In this is the same way with this part, and you're going to put together the two fronts of the sweater with the back of the sweater. I really recommend, do not pull that much the yarn, because if not, it's going to be like over pulled, and we don't want to do that. So here I already put together the two fronts of the sweater with the back of the sweater, and now we gotta do is to attach the shoulders. So here I have ready my needle, and what I gotta do is the same technique with the other stuff. We gotta take one stitch of one side, but can you tell that you take the stitch differently? You are going to take like the part of the yarn who join the stitch. So you take that small part and then the other small part of the front. You see how I am doing a little bit different from the sleeves and everything. So this technique is just for the shoulders. So here what we gotta do is to put together to attach the sleeves. So where you finish to attach the sleeve, you're going to fold it like this, and once you fold it like this, the point, like the back point, you're going to attach it with the armhole. So here I have some leftover of yarn which I'm going to use. And then we start put them together. So we take the stitch, the one on the point, and you knit it with the other point. So you gotta look your whole stitch for each board from each edge. For example, you take one stitch of this edge from this side, and then from the other side you look for the other stitch. It's hard to see them but you gotta find them, the even stitches, and there you go. Oh, you keep attaching sides. We're almost finished. I'm so excited. Be careful to take the whole stitch, remember, that's the key. You see one stitch, and then the other side with the other stitch, and there you go. I don't know you guys, but I'm so excited that we are almost finishing this sweater, and trust me, it looks gorgeous. Remember, do not pull that much the yarn. Okay, as you can see, you cannot tell where is the line of attachment, and this is how you're going to keep attaching the sleeves with the other part of the sweater. So here I already attached it. Can you tell? You cannot see that much the difference between the sleeves and the back and the fronts. So here I already finished to attach everything, and what we gotta do now is to knit our neck. What we gotta do is to insert of needle in these stitches of the edge. So you take the needle and you insert it from below. It's quite difficult because the stitches are quite tight, but you got to do it very patient. And here you insert your whole needle in the whole stitches around your neck, the back, all around the perimeter. So here I already insert them, all the stitches, and now we gotta do is to do like kinds of elastic of like we did in the border of the sweater. Now we're going to do it in the neck, and we gotta do it with rise knit again. So we pass through the first stitch, and with the same yarn I take the very first point, and then we knit one. We need the other one in purl. It's quite hard because they are very, very tight. Okay, one in purl. And this is how you're going to go: knit, purl, knit, purl. And I meet you at the end. So this is the second row of our neck, and remember that the rise knit is always knit the opposite of what it asks you. So for example, here should be the knit, but I do it in purl. Here in purl, I do it knit. Always the opposite. That's the science of the rise knit. Here you got to finish this row and make 4 more rows like this one in rise knit, and I meet you at the 6th row. And finally we finished. This is the last part of our sweater. Here I did the 5th rows of rise knit, and what you gotta do is to cast off your stitches, and you already know how to do them. You need one, you pull over the one behind, and here, and like this, you're going to blend off all your stitches till you finish. Oh, look how cute it looks. So now what we gotta do is to put the buttons. So I cover them with some yarn, different yarn, and they look so fluffy. There is a video where I show you how to cover these buttons, and I'm going to leave you the link in the box below if you like them this way. This is how we finished the sweater without the strips. It looks so cute, right? You can choose this way or you can choose it with strips. That depends on you. Okay, so as I said, you decide if you want yours with strips or plain. I prefer with strips. Here some parts I already put strips. You have to choose how large you want your strips, and then you check. For example, I decided to be like 10 centimeters long, but you decide that. So before to fold them, you check the distance. So you cut them like many of them. Then you cut it with your scissors like this. I choose this very fluffy, like feathery yarn because I want it to be more fluffy, the sweater. But you can choose even the same yarn, but it's up to you. So what I do is I take 5 strips. When I have them all even, I take my hook, bigger than the one that I was using. This is 5.5 millimeters. So you take your sweater, and in the first row you attach the bunch of strips. I'm going to do it to attach them every like 5 centimeters, but that depends on you. So you take one stitch, you pass through the hook, and then you're going to pull the strips, and there you go, the first bunch. So here I already attached the first bunch, and like as the distance that I'm taking is 3 stitches from the bunch. So 1, 2, 3, and then I put the other bunch of stitches. of strips, sorry. And you do the same. You take your hook, you pull through the strips, you do like a knot, and then you go. If you think that is very tight, you can do it more loose. That depends of you. Or you can use even less strips. I use 5, but that depends of you. This yarn that I use, if you can see, is like more thin than the one that we were using. But that depends of you. Maybe you like the strips with a different color or yarn, but that really depends of you, of your style. So what I do is I do one row, and as you can see where it finishes the first bunch, like over here and over here, is where I'm going to attach the next bunch of strips. So I take one stitch, I pull through the hook, and then I pull the bunch of strips, and then I do a knot, and I got another bunch. And as you can tell, you cannot tell the difference between the bunches, and that way doesn't look like with a space. They look even. So I'm going to show you a little bit how it looks at the end. I think that here I leave like a lot of space between the bunches, so what I'm going to do is cover them more. But that depends of your taste. And it's ready. Look how cute we look, Mora and me, Mora, my dog, and me. There is a video of how to knit this sweater for your dog, and I'm going to leave it in the box below, the link. Hope you like it. And hopefully you like this sweater. Please, if you finish the sweater and if you make it, tag me with the hashtag in your pictures, hashtag blooming sweater, and that way I can see all your pictures of your sweater. I'm really excited. Hopefully you make a lot of sweaters for your friends or for you or your girlfriend or whatever. And I have as well another video with a sweater that match, for a sweater for your dog that match with this sweater. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I really wanted to do that with my best friend that is my dog, and I know that if you have dogs you will understand me. So I will leave you the link of that sweater in the box below this video, and it's here as in the screen. And yeah, hopefully you like it, and thank you so much to watch this video. I leave you all my other social stuff, Instagram, the blog, the Pinterest and the Facebook in the box below, and subscribe to the channel to don't miss the next videos. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. And thank you so much, and see you later. Hasta luego.